How to break up with your boyfriend in 10 seconds or less. My boyfriend has a close female friend who blatantly dislikes me and makes no secret of it. I've reached a stage where it's her or me. How can I confront my boyfriend? I don't know if I'm being wildly unreasonable and jealous over this, so I need some outside opinions. You rang? I, 29 female, have been with my boyfriend, 30 male, for 3 years, and we share an apartment. He has a female friend, Nell, 34 female, and they were friends for years before I came along. I have no issue with their closeness. I have male friends and knew I'd be a hypocrite to leap to judgments.
Stop judging me!
But at this point, I feel I'm justified in thinking the way I do about her. Ooh, I smell drama. Anyone else? Yep, smells like drama. The first time I met her, it was extremely obvious Nell didn't like me.
I hate you!
It is so obvious when they don't like us, eh? Like, it's just so in your face. Coming from someone who has like anxious attachment, you're just like constantly looking for threats. I think that's why I like developed like a sense of humor, because like I realized that if I was funny, people would like me more. But it has also resulted in me like being hyper focused and like hypersensitive to when people don't like me.
You are disgusting, and I hate you.
She came into the bar all excited to see my boyfriend before noticing me. Her entire demeanor changed. She shook my hand and dug her nails into my skin before ignoring me for the rest of the night. Dug her nails into your skin? Ouchie, Dr. Fauci. She even seemed upset at one point that I took the seat beside my boyfriend and quietly left halfway through the evening without saying goodbye. So, it's safe to say my first impression of her wasn't good, but I tried to reason with myself that not everyone gets along and I don't need to be friends with my boyfriend's friends. I mean, you don't, but it would be nice. However, as time passed, it became really clear that Nell's attitude toward me wasn't improving. Ooh, she likes him. She likes him! She had a way of openly mocking me in front of groups of people, making side comments or loudly joking about my voice or appearance. He said he hadn't noticed. Oh God, it's always so annoying when they don't believe you. No, I'm telling you, she's a
Well, she's nice to me.
She'd also make a show of hugging him hello and goodbye and not me. Oh, absolutely not. That's so disrespectful. God, body language really tells a lot. No, this girl hates you. Like, I'm just saying she fucking hates you. Isn't it fun when people hate us for literally no reason? Well, it's not no reason. She would mix that kind of stuff in with smiles and basic politeness, so it was tough to articulate exactly what she's done. I felt very much like I was back in high school. From that point on, I basically decided I didn't need to have someone like that in my life, so I stopped going to things she was at. I haven't seen her in about a year. My boyfriend still sees her regularly, and they text often. I'm sorry, but like, the polite thing to do is to be friends with your friends' spouses or friends' relationships or friends' girlfriends, boyfriends, whatever.
What did I do wrong?
The lack of trying and the lack of respect is, quite frankly, it's unacceptable because like, what is your problem? I'm now at the stage where I fully believe they've either dated in the past or have something going on now. I've tried gently to bring this up, but he denies they ever dated and makes me feel like I'm being jealous and bitter by asking. I end up suppressing those feelings before something brings them up again. I've reached the end of my tether with it. One thing that I feel might be going on is that maybe they were each other's like backup plan.
Come up with a plan B.
Like there was always like an unspoken kind of like they liked each other, or like, you know, one person was in a relationship and the other person had developed feelings, the other person was in a relationship, and you know, and so on and so forth. Like it becomes this thing where it's like,
he's always my backup plan, or she's my backup plan.
The final straw for me came the other day when my boyfriend left his phone open and I saw a text exchange between the two. Nell had sent him a heart emoji and my boyfriend had written something about how he was thinking of her. What you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
Oh, you think that's weird?
I know I should have said something then and there, but I felt numb and decided to go to bed. I'm trying to work out how to handle this. Is it possible that nothing's going on here? No, I think that your intuition is right. Maybe there's nothing going on for him, but I feel like there's definitely something going on for her. Oh, but he was the one that sent the text that said, I'm thinking of you. Yeah, you're not overreacting. It's something I've tried arguing about in my head, but then something else pops up that makes me doubt it. Maybe friends just do send hearts and I'm making this up because I don't care for Nell. I don't want that to be the case. I'm basically at the point where I feel he either has to tell me the truth and restrict contact with Nell, or else I don't feel like I can maintain the relationship. I feel constantly disrespected and I want something to change, but I don't know how to go about it. Any advice would be so welcomed.
Help me! Help me!
Okay, so I'm literally the type of person to sit her down and be like,
I honestly feel like you just genuinely don't like me, and I'm just kind of wondering why, because I would like to have a friendship, or at the very least be cordial with my boyfriend's friends, and I feel like there's like a little bit of energy that might be a little bit off here.
And the other thing is, I don't like that your boyfriend is not like affirming you when you're telling him that, you know, she's saying things and doing things that are quite disrespectful to you. It really doesn't matter if he sees the treatment, if he sees whether Nell is disrespecting you or not. What matters is how you feel about it and how it makes you uncomfortable. Crazy girlfriend accusations aside, it sounds like you have a few reasons for feeling uncomfortable around her. You also need to put boundaries in place. And if he doesn't listen to those boundaries, I would be like, I don't know. Like, I just...
Bye, have a great time.
He also maybe should talk to Nell and be like,
Yo, you need to be like nicer to my girlfriend.
it's not that hard.
And why aren't you nice to my girlfriend?
So some relevant comments. To be honest, I don't think there's a point in giving him an ultimatum, as I don't think he would choose you. Or if he did, he would resent you for it and make you feel even more crazy. You could try, but if he gaslights you, then you know. He never notices how Nell treats you and never calls her out on it. When you point it out, he makes you feel like you're jealous and crazy, instead of working with you and implementing healthy boundaries. You have to repress your feelings about their relationship because of how he makes you feel, whether you try to bring it up. That's not a partner that will choose you because he never has. He chooses Nell. Whenever Nell hurt your feelings, he chose to endorse her actions by not standing up for you. Whenever you point something out, he chose to protect Nell and make you feel like you were jealous and bitter. Yeah, I mean, you definitely have a point there.
Good point.
He has always been in her corner, endorsing and enforcing her actions, even when she's hurting your feelings. I would personally skip the ultimatum and just leave. I mean, yeah, but like, she's also still confused. She lives with the guy, okay? It's not that easy. I think in order to gain some clarity, there has to be some sort of conversation. Commenter said, fine, they haven't dated, but have they hooked up? OOP responds, that's what I wonder. I'm aware they used to go out for drinks, just the two of them, before I was in the picture. I know that isn't immediately indicative of them hooking up, but my boyfriend ended up taking me to a bar he'd gone to with Nell, and it was romantic. Fancy with dim lights and stuff, not a casual bar. You know, the more I articulate this, rather than keeping it bottled up, the more I think I've been stupid in not seeing it sooner. Yeah, I'm curious to see where this lands. I think it's very obvious to me that she likes him. Maybe she saw him as kind of like a backup plan or something. Maybe he saw her as a backup plan. Maybe he knows like something that you don't, and that's why he's excusing her behavior.
And I'm not having it.
But yeah, I'm curious to know what the update is, because we do have an update. First, I'd like to sincerely thank everyone for the kind comments. I didn't expect so many responses, and I appreciate them all. I want to provide everyone with an update because a lot has happened. A few days ago, after a lot of tearful soul searching, I decided the best thing to do for me would be to walk away from the relationship. I sat my boyfriend down and talked to him about it. I explained I always felt like the third wheel in my own relationship, and that for my own happiness, I didn't want to be in a relationship that made me feel that way anymore. I gave examples to him that I did in my original post, such as his lack of boundaries with Nell and his disinterest in standing up for me whenever she mocked me. I also said my trust in him had eroded to the point where I felt unsure of what I really was to him. I told him I still cared about him and wanted him to be happy, but I want to be happy too.
You go, girl. You go, girl. You go, girl.
My boyfriend silently sat for a while before asking,
So, you're jealous of Nell?
If he likes Nell so much, just go ahead and be with her. This is one of those things that's like, this is the girl he told you not to worry about. You know? I felt like he'd barely processed anything I just said, and when I tried clarifying, he got defensive and told me he was allowed female friends. Not if they treat you like shit. No. Let's not trivialize this and say, oh, you're so controlling, you don't allow me to have female friends. No. That's not what this is about. This is about his female friend treating you badly and him seemingly being okay with it.
Come on, man.
My boyfriend planned a road trip with me, 24 female, and his 3 friends. I have been uninvited. For starters, my boyfriend and I have been dating for 4 years. Our anniversary was in April, and we had planned to do a road trip for it. Obviously, that couldn't happen. Last month, he brought up the idea of a road trip with me, his friends, 24 female and 24 male, and his friend's girlfriend, 24 female. This would be happening next year. I thought this was a good idea as I'm friends with his male friend and his girlfriend, but not necessarily his female friend. To tell you the truth, I've always been quite wary of their relationship. Previous boyfriend cheated on me, and I still have some insecurities I need to sort out. I hadn't heard more about it since the trip was brought up in the first place, so I asked my boyfriend if it would still be going ahead. He said they decided it would be a no girlfriends allowed trip.
Wait, what?
Okay, interesting. I'm curious to find out who actually went on this trip. I was fine with that. Me and him could always go ourselves another time, and I know friends need time to hang out with their partners. Nothing more was said about it until today, when I happened to glance at his screen and saw they made a group chat and were talking about it. I also saw his friend's girlfriend was messaging in it. I asked him why she was in it if she's not going. He got defensive and instantly turned his screen away from me. I asked him why he did that, and he said it's a private conversation. Then I asked if I could look through the messages. Interesting. So it's not a no girlfriends allowed trip. He just didn't want you there.
Come on, y'all. Why acting suspicious?
And like, I'm curious to know like how he thought you wouldn't find out. Like, there's gonna be pictures. They'll probably post it online. Weird side eye cam. I found out she's still invited and it's just me who's been uninvited. I would understand if she was one of his friends, but she's actually not. In fact, I haven't heard him say one nice word about her. I guess my boyfriend just doesn't want me there, but is fine with someone he dislikes. I feel so left out, as if I was made to believe I was part of this friendship group and none of them have even asked why I'm not going. This is bizarre. I don't know if I've misconstrued the situation and made a big deal out of nothing, but I'm incredibly hurt by this, as it's not exactly fair she gets to go when I can't. I'm planning on talking to him about it tomorrow, but I just want to get advice. I fail to understand why it's not like a guy's trip, you know? It's not like oh, it's just the boys, or like, oh, it's just, you know, like friends.
Oh, wow.
I honestly feel kind of weird that there are other girls there, but you won't be there in general. Like, I understand boys needing a guy's night and you're not invited, but boys needing a trip where there will be other women there and they don't want your girlfriend to be there. Maybe I'm overreacting. I don't know. I just find it weird that like he's totally fine with like not including you.
I don't like that. That's disgusting.
Okay, some important context. Your boyfriend is not being a stand-up guy, and that should concern you. If a bunch of my buddies said they didn't want my wife along on a trip, but were taking theirs, I'd tell them to have a good time and send a postcard. Dude should always stick up for his partner, always. Totally. Do they like not like you or something? I don't know. I don't understand. There's something going on here. OOP responds, if this was the other way around, I'd be adamant my boyfriend got to go. Has OOP met the friends or the other girl? OOP said, we're not exactly friends, but I've been out with them before, not his female friend. His friend's girlfriend doesn't know the female friend either, but both guys, my boyfriend and his friend, are friends with her. You haven't even met this other girl? She's probably the one that doesn't want you along. Might be inappropriate talk and actions. And one more response, your boyfriend is probably dating the girl, friend, or wants to be. I just find it odd that they're all, like, his friends are like totally fine with it as well. Like, I don't like it. I don't like this one bit.
I have a really bad feeling about this.
On to the update. 4 days later, I really hesitated in posting an update, but I've received many messages inquiring about it. I confronted my boyfriend the day after posting this. Turns out he didn't want to tell me that his friend's girlfriend despises me. Well, fuck her then. Why is he not standing up for you? That's so bizarre. Like, that is literally like, if she despises you, then why do you want to go and hang out with her? I was shocked at this, as when we've been around her, she's been nothing but nice to me. He showed me a private message she sent him, and she demanded I didn't go on the trip. She also told him I was cheating on him. I was really shocked, so I messaged her and she said that she was uncomfortable with her boyfriend being around me, as I was really flirty around him the last time we hung out. Oh, weird. That's absolutely not true. If I was being flirty, don't you think my boyfriend would have saw that? Plus, I have enough respect for my boyfriend that I absolutely would not do that ever. My boyfriend's told me stories in the past about how his friend's girlfriend is very controlling and paranoid about other girls and won't even let them have female friends. It doesn't really matter though. Like, it doesn't really matter how she feels about you. He honestly should not have gone on this trip at all, or even like agreed to it. Like, that's bizarre. I didn't think that she'd act that way with me. The only thing I can think of is when we last hung out, I accidentally touched his leg as we were at a cramped booth together. So she's definitely reaching. Also, during that night, she'd made a huge deal about him messaging another girl, so much that we had to leave early and she demanded to go home. My boyfriend kept what she sent to himself, as he didn't want to cause any more rifts. He only has the 2 friends. He made the excuse up to not hurt my feelings. I get it, I do, but I'm an adult and I can handle someone disliking me. He thought he was sparing my feelings, but why he thought I would be more hurt by someone I barely know disliking me than being essentially uninvited from our anniversary trip is beyond me. No. Like, grow a pair. Seriously? Like, it just kind of sounds like he puts his friends before you. And like, in some circumstances that might be okay, but not in this circumstance.
You okay?
No!
It feels as if he took her side. I know he hates confrontation, and that's fine. Well, he's got confrontation now. I want a boyfriend who can stand up for me. He doesn't even know her, for God's sake. I'm assuming he didn't want to lose his friend. His girlfriend is very manipulative. To tell you the truth, I also thought he was planning on hooking up with his female friend. With 2 guys and 2 girls going, how could I not think that? I'm not breaking up with him. We talked about it, and he's not going on the trip. He told his male friend the situation, and he's likely going to break up with his girlfriend, as this isn't the first time she's done this. If anything's unclear, I apologize. It's a crap show. So obviously people are a little annoyed that she's still with him. WTF, he uninvited you because his friend's girlfriend doesn't like you? He didn't even stick up for you. What a spineless son of a bitch. He let her trash talk you. Yeah, and like, I'm guessing this entire trip would have been spent like trash talking you as well, because you're not there. He was more considerate of her feelings over yours and took her side, literally, and like, he barely even knows this person.
Stranger danger! Stranger danger!
This is not okay. I'm so mad for you. It doesn't matter if she doesn't like you. However, your boyfriend should not uninvite his own girlfriend just because his friend's girlfriend doesn't like you. It's not a good enough reason, honestly. Like, he should have backed out of the trip the moment his friends didn't want you there. Instead, he uninvited you, lied, and covered it up for her. He was planning to go without you. He's not a good boyfriend. What kind of boyfriend prioritizes his friend's girlfriend over his own? That says a lot about him. I would break up with him if I was in your position. OOP says, this is the first time anything like this has happened. We've had a good relationship up until this point. I'm giving him another chance. If he does something else, then I'm obviously leaving. I mean, listen, you always find out if a relationship is worth it when conflicts like these happen. And like, obviously, you know, you're in the honeymoon phase. Like, you've been dating him for a very long time, right? Like, so I have found with regards to relationships that there's always like a weird period of like ex-girlfriends and ex-boyfriends are kind of coming out of the woodwork, and friends are kind of being weird because like they either don't like you or whatever. And like, there's always this like period of conflict.
Conflicts like these will ultimately bring us together as an unlikely family.
Because, you know, you're trying to figure out where you fit in each other's lives, and like all of a sudden there's this like new person, the girlfriend or boyfriend. And whether or not you can get past that period is an indication of whether or not the relationship will last. Because at the end of the day, your boyfriend or girlfriend has to choose you.
Oh, pick me!
Otherwise, it's not worth it. He didn't choose you, babe. So let me get this straight. It was easier to essentially lie to you, saying it's just him and his friends. Then when you saw the group chat, he continued to keep you in the dark, leading you to believe he may potentially cheat on you. And then When you finally confronted him, he told you his friend's girlfriend was talking crap about you and he did nothing to stand up for you. Instead, he decided to make you look like an idiot and disinvite you, bending over backwards for someone else's girlfriend. And you're okay with that? OOP responds, this comment made me break up with him. Yeah, when you lay it out like that, like he did a lot of really shady things. It wasn't just a matter of like, oh, you know, he was protecting someone's feelings, blah, blah, blah. Like he lied behind and went and did things behind your back and gaslit you and like did a bunch of these things and did not care whether or not it would hurt your feelings. Tried to make himself seem like the good person. Oh, I just don't want to, I want to, you know, protect this random girl's feelings and at my own girlfriend's feelings expense. Like that shit. That. One small and relevant update. I broke up with him. I've been reading all the comments on both posts and I came to the realization I'm unhappy and this isn't going to change unless I do something. OOP responding to how one commenter can make her decide to leave the relationship. You hit the nail on the head there. Obviously that one single comment didn't change my viewpoint so drastically, but rather made me see this whole situation in a different light. I realized I simply could not move on from this. Yeah, this subreddit is notorious for telling people to break up, but what else was I supposed to do? He broke my trust and I don't always want to feel second best to his friends. And not just his friends. He protected the feelings of someone he's barely even friends with over your feelings.
That was so whack.
This is such a small thing. Like it's literally just like he created this massive thing when all he had to do was be like,
No, if she's not going, then I'm not gonna go on the trip. You guys go.
like it's not that difficult. What the fuck? And furthermore, that girl that doesn't like you. Like,
Boo, you
you want to go spend time with someone who openly hates your girlfriend? Like, shut the fuck up. Get out of here. I have respect for myself. I'm not going to be in a relationship where I'm unhappy. Yeah, it is a notorious thing for Redditors to just sort of jump to conclusions and be like, just break up, just break up. It's easy for us to say it's not our relationship. But I think in this case, this is like, the dude is spineless. He doesn't care about your feelings. He doesn't stick up for you. Don't we all want a spouse that like will go to bat for us? We want a spouse that will like in a situation where our honor is being called into question, that they would defend it. I don't think that that's too much to ask. And if your partner isn't willing to like defend your honor and put their foot down, you're not the right person for them. And vice versa.
Subscribe!
Hey everybody, welcome back. My ex turned up last night drunk.
Julian.
Tomorrow is his wedding day. Should I tell his soon-to-be wife? I'll do it. This story was originally posted in the subreddit Relationship Advice by Flower Bandiz. I was with my ex for 2 years. It was not the best relationship and we broke up because I moved for uni and I just didn't want to be with him anymore. It's been almost 5 years since we broke up and I'm engaged to be married with my fiance who is absolutely my soulmate. Yesterday evening around 22 o'clock or 10 o'clock p.m. for you Americans down there, he rang our doorbell drunk. Ooh, that'd be a fun one to explain to your fiance. His bachelor party was in the city I live in and he came to see me. I'm sorry, so he just so happened to plan a bachelor party in the city you live in? I don't believe it. I don't believe it for 1 minute. My fiance opened the door. And my ex started sobbing, saying he couldn't believe he, my fiance, was real or some BS like that. Hold on. All right, this is the guy that grinds my gears. Listen, I have something to say. We all have past relationships. I think in those relationships, it's almost like a lot of the time they don't see your worth or they think you'll never leave or, you know, they think you'll always be there to like orbit you, creep your social media. If stuff doesn't work out with someone else, then they can always come back to you. But the fact of the matter is, they can't.
You blew it. You had it all and you blew it.
Even though they didn't see your worth, that doesn't mean that somebody else won't. That is so satisfying. I'm sorry. He didn't think he was real.
What do you mean? I thought I was the only one that could possibly like her.
Why is this such a stretch? You liked her. You liked her so much that you're coming to chase her the night before your wedding on your bachelor party. You don't think that someone else would like her? We took him into the apartment because he didn't look dangerous and he just vocally vomited before he actually vomited in our bath. No way, you let him in? Oh, I guess he would have vomited on your porch anyway. You might as well. What I could gather is that he was still very hurt because of our breakup, and he thinks we could have made it work, and he regrets treating me badly. Well, it kind of sucks that he used the night before his wedding to come to that conclusion and do something about it. Here's an idea. Instead of regretting how we treat people, don't treat people badly in the first place. He threw up again and called an Uber to his hotel. I'm guessing he didn't clean up his throw up. That was your mess to clean up again. It was very surreal. He was fine. We fed him waffles and chiffé? What is that, chiffé?
Doing my research.
Coffee? Is that, did you mean to say coffee or chiffé? Chiffé. Anyways, we fed him waffles and chiffé to sober up and told him to write us when he was in the hotel to make sure he didn't die or something. I was left with a weird feeling, almost dirty. I am thinking of contacting his soon-to-be wife. Or should I call him to encourage him to tell that to his fiance? Or should I not do anything and let this just be an anecdote for my future? Here's what I think. He may have just been in a drunken stupor or something, but I'm sorry, if he planned his bachelor trip in the city that you're in, he did that sober, hopefully. And then he shows up to your front door. I'm sorry, but you can't just blame it on being drunk at that point. Like, he had to have known that he might have gotten rejected. So what I think that you should do here, or anyone else who's in this situation, I think that you should tell him that if he doesn't tell his fiance, you will. I know you're kind of under a time constraint as well, because it's like, the wedding's like tomorrow, bestie. We got like 24 hours or something. That's gonna be a lovely hangover for him. Realistically, he might just tell you that he told his fiance and then not. I think she deserves to know. Like, I know that some people are gonna be like,
Don't meddle. Like,
not your circus, not your monkey, whatever. And normally I agree with that, but
YouTube superstar runs away circus.
I would want to know if I was his fiance. If I were about to marry a man who the whole time we were together wished he was with his ex, and then instead of just letting it go, he shouldn't feel that way to begin with, honestly. But like, if you feel that some type of way, you could have just let it go because you're in love with the idea of somebody. Again, like I've said this before, you're in love with the idea of somebody. You're not in love with the person. But like, I would want to know before I decide to spend the rest of my life with someone that my fiance did this and feels this way. That's her whole life ahead of her that's now tainted by this interaction and his feelings. Edit, thanks for all the feedback. It seems like Reddit is as split on this as I am. Just because this kept coming up, my main goal with telling her is not for them to break up. I don't want that, and that's not why I would want to tell her. The reason for me telling her is solely that I would want to know if I was her. Same. Wouldn't you want to know? I mean, yeah, they probably are gonna break up. He didn't outright cheat, but he emotionally cheated. And then what was he expecting to get out of this? In his perfect world, showing up on your doorstep the night before the wedding, he had hoped that you would have fallen to your knees. You both would admit your love for each other. He would have called off the wedding.
And they lived happily ever after.
Like, ideally, that's what he wanted, right? What other purpose of that would there be? It's also not me bragging about him not being over me. It's not bragging if you're stating a fact. That's not something I care about. And also wonder how some of you twisted it into that. Okay, let's not. Come on. I definitely didn't read it like that. I decided that contacting the bride was the wrong move because we are not friends. Ooh, I don't know. Girl code, bestie. However, okay, we do like a however. I sent his sister, an old friend of mine, a message basically saying to talk to her brother because he appeared at my door drunk and distressed and to make sure he was okay. She thanked me for the message and apologized profusely because my ex has been apparently acting a fool for a few weeks now leading up to his wedding. She asked me if I was okay and if her brother had gone back to the hotel room because they couldn't find him. I told her he had Ubered home and written us that he'd arrived in his room at around 11:30 p.m. She thanked me again and I haven't heard from her since. Another update. His sister called me again to ask me if he had come by or said anything about his whereabouts. Apparently, He didn't show up for the wedding and no one knows where he is. So me telling the fiance is now obsolete. This calls for a Stanley sip. Thirsty for the drama. Thirsty.
I need it!
Contacting the sister was a good move. I'm glad that you told somebody. His fiance is probably wondering what's going on. She's maybe blaming herself. This dude literally left her at the altar, okay? I know it's not your business and it's not your problem, but like, I think she still deserves to know. You and your fiance handled every bit of this as graciously as anyone could expect. Contacting his sister was the best move you could have made. I actually agree wholeheartedly. Like, he showed up, your fiance didn't punch him, you took care of him when he was drunk, you cleaned up his puke. You were much nicer than I would have been.
Oh, wow!
Put yourself in his wife's shoes. Would you want to sign your life away to this person? OP responds, I guess I would want to know, but I would also prefer my partner to tell me that. Yeah, but he's not going to. I don't know if he's going to say anything. But would he tell her? By telling her yourself, you risk not being believed or coming across as petty. But at least you know someone tried to warn her. All right, we got a hot take. Are you guys ready for a hot take? While I know my post won't be popular, even though I'm on team tell her, this will be the prevailing comment and probably most upvoted. Pretending that's what we're looking at is factually incorrect. Justifying only saying,
Would you want to sign your life away to this person?
is assuming knowing this is going to make this woman leave. That's only one possible outcome. Which is why my comment will be more divisive. The odds of her using that info and leaving, so saving her from signing her life away to this guy, are so low. The most likely outcome is OP being called a lying watch or some other very not nice things. The guy will tell her she is the crazy ex that was calling him about her loving him, and he shut her down. I mean, you got a point. You do got a point. That's the odds-on favorite of telling her. This sub is full of people who forgive a lot worse than the drunken confessions of love. The least likely outcome is she says,
OMG, thank you,
and dumps his. Then he will return and be very angry. If he will drunkenly go confess love at her place, he will also drunkenly go and bash their car or try to start a fight with her fiance. While I do agree telling her is the way to go, no one is actually laying out the very real consequences that she's going to face if she does tell the woman. It's not going to go smoothly. Either two people are going to lose their minds and stir up as much shaisa as they can, or one person is going to lose his mind and possibly do something dangerous and very costly. Hell, I had a crappy neighbor slash on my tires. That alone cost like $2,000 to get fixed, not including the tow. Unless they have 1080p high-tech security cameras all over the place, a hoodie is all a guy needs to not get caught, even though she and her fiance will absolutely know it was that lunatic. It's not as simple as just a single phone call and it's out of your hands. You have to be ready to face the possible financial and physical consequences of pissing the kind of guy off who gets drunk and shows up 2 years later at an ex's place. It was 5 years later, bestie. Like, this is 5 years since they broke up. I'm actually on the side of don't tell her. I would call or message my ex and say, hey, what you did last night is inappropriate and I hope you have the strength of character to talk to your soon-to-be husband and wife about it. If you can live with it, that's on you. Don't respond or reach out. You've been blocked. Goodbye. Ooh, okay. I'm very curious what you guys would do in this situation, but we do have an update that I'm very excited to share. I'm updating because I still get a lot of questions. Long story short, he bailed. He decided he did not want to commit to his fiance, bailed, and days later called to break off the engagement.
You can't just do this to me. You can't just leave me out here like this.
I mean, in the end, I guess this is maybe the best outcome because she didn't end up marrying someone who very clearly did not love her as much as she loved him. Bit more details. After his sister and I talked, my ex's fiance reached out and was kind of mad. Wait. Oh, the best man had told her he went to see me. At first, she was convinced we had sex. So that took a bit of talking. I felt sorry. She was very distraught. She apologized, I apologized, and I told her I wished her the best. Saturday, I received a call from the sister. Apparently, ex reappeared. He went all the way to France. Why do all of this, man? Like, I think we all have someone in our heads that's like, if only you weren't such a... And if only you could see all the wonderful things about me. You chose not to see that. And guess what? I bet you regret it. I bet you regret it. His sister called me to apologize because my ex had stolen one of my lipsticks. I honestly hadn't noticed, but my ex admitted it to her.
What did he say?
Depends on the lipstick. I'd be pissed, dude.
Is it weird? Absolutely.
Ew, it's like he's like enshrined to you in his closet or suitcase now. She PayPal'd me the money to buy myself a new one. Oh, that's nice. But it's also kind of like weird because that was on your mouth and now he has it. I said I was not mad and asked her how she was and how his ex-fiance was. On their end, everything is a mess. Everyone is mad at him. I don't know many more details and was kind of not willing to ask, but yeah, that's it. All right, we got one more. One more and it's juicy as hell. My best guy friend just told me he's in love with me 2 days before my wedding.
There's something happening here.
I've been with my fiance for 3 years, engaged for a little over a year. My best friend and I have known each other since freshman year of college. We're all in our early 30s. This morning, I woke up to a long text from my guy best friend that he had sent around 6 a.m. Basically, it was him pouring his heart out. He said he's been in love with me for years, but always hoped I'd end up breaking up with my fiance and finally noticing him. He asked me to call off the wedding and run away with him. Oh no. It said I needed to tell you before it was too late. I mean, okay, you told her. This is annoying. Like, on the one hand, like, I understand him needing to say something. On the other hand, it's like, it's too late, man. It is already too late. I just feel gross and sad. I have no feelings for him beyond platonic love. I've drafted a response and deleted it over and over. I haven't even told my fiance, ooh, I wouldn't. Oh, what do you, I bet he's coming to your wedding too. Like, the fiance obviously is going to the wedding, but I mean the best friend. I think that you do need to tell him that he can't come to the wedding. What if he does something to disrupt your day? I don't want him to have to worry about me so soon to our wedding. I know I need to, but I don't know what to do or how to phrase it. What's worse is that he's become my fiance's friend too. I'm also pretty pissed that my friend chose such an unfortunate time to cause me such distress. Yeah, I mean, really, he was just thinking about himself at that point.
It's all about me.
There were so many times over the years he could have just bucked up and told me how he felt. But waiting until right before I'm married, yeah, at that point you're just being selfish. And over text too. Like, I would just cancel my wedding and leave my fiance because of a text? No, you will not. I want to tell him not to come to the wedding. Good. I completely agree with you. I can't trust that he wouldn't try to pull something. He would. Like, I think he would. Either that or he'd be moping around and kind of ruining the vibe. And like, you wouldn't want to talk to him. Like, it's just like awkward. Like at that point, nothing about what he did considered your feelings. I don't even know if I want to talk to him again, but the thought of losing my best friend is heartbreaking. Girl, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I think this friendship was not the friendship you think it was. It's entirely possible that a very large reason why he was friends with you in the first place, which other than you're wonderful and of course he would want to be your friend, he had a thing for you. Male-female friendships, I always feel like someone always likes the other person secretly. I do have like male friends, but like it's funny how like now that I'm in a relationship, I'm not as close with those male friends anymore, you know? And the only female friends my fiance has are married. So, yeah. I don't know. Do you guys think that men and women can just be friends? I don't know if they can, honestly. I think there's always somebody that sort of wishes there was something more, but anyways, I don't even know if I want to talk to him again, but the thought of losing my best friend is heartbreaking. Hell, the thought of not having him at my wedding is really painful. He's put me in an uncomfortable, impossible situation. I wish it wasn't on me to deal with his feelings for him. I wish he had either stopped being friends with me when he realized ending up together would never happen, or had told me a while ago. I don't want to kick him while he's down, but I need to make it clear that I have no feelings. The wedding is still on, and I don't want him to attend. We've been friends for over a decade. I've been crying over this all day. I feel almost disgusted knowing this whole time he had ulterior motives. I hear you, babes. I do hear ya. How do I even go about dealing with this? I'm supposed to get married in under 48 hours. Edit. I'll be showing the text to my fiance after he gets home from his brothers. I won't send anything until he's here with me. Yeah, I think it's good that you're telling your fiance. Just get it over with. Block him for now, unblock him after the wedding, and be done with it. Focus on your happy day. I'm sorry that this put a damper on like the happiest day of your life. Update. My husband, I love being able to say that now. Yeah! And I got back from our honeymoon yesterday. I turned on my phone and opened the Reddit app and it was still signed in on this account. So I had an, oh yeah, moment and figured I'd post an update. You forgot about us! So a lot of people here really helped me validate the icky mess of feelings I was having. Thank you for that. Posting here really helped put my thoughts into words. So that night, my fiance got home from his brother's. I let him sit down and then I showed him the text. He read it and I watched his eyes get bigger and expression angrier. Of course, I started apologizing like an idiot and he told me I didn't owe him an apology for anything. Good. We talked and he told me he figured the guy had a crush but kept it respectful. And really, he had. We were close, but beyond a side hug during greetings and goodbyes, there was no physicality. I even let him read out past messages just to see that there was no emotional affair or me leading him on. I never even vented about my fiance when we would have arguments because I knew better than to do that. I'd talk to my mom, lol. So my fiance asked me what I wanted to do, and I said, while it did sadden me, I didn't want him at our wedding. I was afraid that he would try some nonsense. We typed a very brief message. It said, "Friend, I'm sorry you mistook my friendship for something more. The wedding is going to happen and it would be best if you didn't attend. To be clear, I let fiance read this message and he stands by my decision to uninvite you. We want to make it clear that it was me who wanted him not to come, not just my fiance. Knowing him, he'd probably claim that fiance forced me to uninvite him." He read the message and left it on read for a while. I honestly started getting pretty anxious over it and fiance asked me if I wanted to block him. This is the red thing. This is why it's just block. Block him. And then maybe you can unblock him when you've healed, you've come back from your wedding and your honeymoon, whatever. It's not even worth it, man. Part of me wanted to, and part of me wanted to hear him out. What is he gonna say?
Hey, you just got punked. Taylor, you got punked.
His response doesn't matter. I know he's your friend, but you got bigger fish to fry. You get married. And when he finally responded, the text was so long that I had to click on it to read it. It was horrible. This is why we block. He called me a liar for leading him on for over a decade.
Oh my god, yes. Let me just be in a relationship with someone else and then get engaged to that other person because I like you.
You in love with me?
He hoped my fiance left me and we were infertile. Oh, absolutely not. It was horrible thing after horrible thing and I started crying. The fact that he could even think of this to say to you, this dude was never your friend. He wanted to get in your pants. It's horrible. Fiance took my phone into the other room while I sobbed. I think he called him, but I'm not sure. What I do know is after about an hour, he came back in, handed me my phone back and told me that friend was now blocked on everything, would not be attending, and the best man of my maid of honor knew of the situation and would handle it for me. Oh, period. I really like your man. Just platonic. I really like this guy for you. He trusts you. He defends your honor. He respects your choices. Good job. It was like a weight lifted off my shoulders, honestly. After reading that message, I really wasn't so sad that friend wouldn't be attending anymore. I mean, fair enough, but still, it's a horrible thing to say to someone. And our wedding rocked. We had the time of our lives surrounded by people who loved us and we loved them. It still feels like a dream, to be honest. And if friend tried to show up, I never heard anything of it. I guess that's the update. It's not really as dramatic and crazy as what people hope for, but I'm happy. As you should be, my love. How on earth could the guy think OOP was leading him on when she made plans to marry someone else? The Delulu is strong with this one. Congratulations on your wedding and your fabulous man. You picked right.
Subscribe!